Prime Minister Abe's push for bold monetary easing, active fiscal spending, and a robust growth strategy is boosting people's hopes for an economic recovery, and the hopes are starting to be reflected in the nation's land prices. The Land Ministry says average property prices are now declining at a slower pace than before, and prices appear to be bottoming out in major cities. The cranes in Tokyo's business district of Otemachi are telltale signs that active redevelopment is underway. Aging office buildings in the heart of Tokyo are undergoing renovation. In Marunouchi, a new commercial complex opened today. The site of the Tokyo Central Post Office was redeveloped for the purpose. The new building has 98 tenants selling clothes and other fashion items. With more visitors expected, land prices are heading higher. The trend of rising prices is even more evident near Tokyo Skytree. The new Tokyo landmark is attracting hordes of tourists, and along with them, souvenir shops and new restaurants. Land prices here have risen by 6.5% from last year. The city's more traditional tourist spot of Asakusa is also enjoying a windfall. Thanks to its proximity to the Skytree, Asakusa is welcoming more visitors. This person says it's her first visit to Asakusa. This person is also a first-timer. The visit was part of the Skytree tour. And this person says it's the sort of place that makes people want to splurge. Property prices in Asakusa have risen by 9% over the past year. Here, too, redevelopment is underway. Local real estate agents are busy dealing with people wanting to open new shops and restaurants. Realtor Hiroshi Nakashima says demand is far outstripping supply. He says business managers are already counting on an expected surge in tourists. Japan's real estate market has long endured a painful period of stagnation. So what does the future hold? Today, the Land Ministry said average land prices have dropped 2.1% in commercial areas and 1.6% in residential zones from last year. Importantly, the margin of decline is shrinking in both categories. In Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya, prices dropped by 0.5% in commercial areas and 0.6% in residential zones. This indicates that prices are bottoming out in the three major cities. Urban residents are beginning to consider buying houses before property prices go up. One condominium is attracting about 50% more visitors than before Prime Minister Abe took office. This man says mortgage rates may rise as the economy improves. He says it's better to buy a house while the rates are still low. Most of the units on sale have already sold out. Yutaka Saito from the developer Mitsui Fudosan says many visitors end up buying and they're spending less time thinking about it. He says he clearly senses people's eagerness to invest in housing.
Japan's property market is attracting attention from overseas, too. This real estate agent in Tokyo says inquiries from overseas investors have been increasing since the start of the year.
那你现在有兴趣就是东京不动 展方面的投资。
海外の方がいるんです。
The schedule book is filled with appointments with prospective clients.
11件こういった変化。
This official says he was hoping this would happen. The agent says the number of foreign investors it has introduced properties to since January is more than double the number in the final 3 months of last year. The chief of the agent's overseas sales division says foreign investors were reluctant to buy property in Japan because of the strong yen. He says they're thinking that now is the chance to invest in Japan. On this day, the agent welcomed the president of the Japan unit of a Chinese real estate developer. The agent says they'd been looking for properties in Roppongi and Ginza before, but they found a good one in Shiroganedai. The agent showed the president a condominium that was built 13 years ago and is priced at more than 2 billion yen. The Chinese official says it's not bad. The location is good and the building is nice. And he asks for a discount. The agent official says they used to agree to discounts before because sales were slow. The president says the change of government has created good business opportunities and his company will invest more in Japan. The property market is becoming active again. Will land prices continue to rise? Toshiaki Nakayama, a senior analyst at research firm Tokyo Kante, says land prices have bottomed out in central parts of urban districts and surrounding areas. He says demand for business premises and housing will intensify along with investment from overseas, and so land prices are very likely to rise as a result.
So once again, we will speak to our reporter Hirotaka Toyonaga. So the land prices going up will lead to many people thinking about buying houses before the land prices goes up even further. So this is good for the economy. However, because we've experienced the bubble economy and the burst of that, we do have some concerns. So with the new BOJ regime and with the Abenomics, what is necessary in order to avoid any risks? Well, as Kuroda said in the news conference, he says that there is no concern about a bubble economy. He said that clearly. And he said that there is no use discussing things based on unlikely hypotheses. Rather, he wanted to focus on the positive aspects of the asset price rise. And as the real estate prices go up and the stock prices go up, it will lead to the company's business performance improving, which will lead to the wages going up and the capital investment increasing. So it's all about how to get this cycle going. So Kuroda talked about working on people's expectation and the importance of this. However, the financial market is very greedy. It always wants something more. For example, the Vice Governor, Iwata, when he first spoke in the Diet, the market was expecting to hear something surprising and drastic because he was pushing for reflation. However, he didn't say anything unexpected, therefore the market was quite disappointed. So the market is always looking for something one step ahead. That is the characteristic of the market. So if you just work on the expectation alone, that may lose momentum somewhere along the line. And we should not forget that among the industrialized countries, Japan has the worst outstanding debt. Monetary easing is quite a drastic medicine, so even a small misunderstanding may affect the confidence people have toward the government as well as the currency, and things may suddenly collapse. So under the new BOJ regime, they will have to keep a sharp eye on what happens in the financial market and make sure that it doesn't turn unstable. So the new BOJ regime. We will have to keep watch over what happens after this. Thank you very much for your report.